All right, welcome everybody to Team Exhilarates, and Team Aspire has hopped on our weekly call. It's September 13th, 2016, and tonight we're going to be talking about team cycle bonus and volume. So our compensation plan, and we have guest speaker Joe Gonazles leading this call, and we have probably the best person possible to lead this call because Joe is awesome at numbers. He's very detail oriented. He understands the compensation plan in and out. And he also happens to have experience in banking. And he has been a coach for about 5 years now. And he is a 5-star diamond coach in his first business center. And he is a 2-star qualified diamond coach in his second business center. He's helped 13 people get to diamond. He is a Success Club 5 legend, and he is a premier coach ×1 and an elite coach ×1. So if you guys aren't sure what all of those things mean, you can definitely look them up, but basically it means he's helped a lot of people succeed in their businesses. So I'm really excited to hand over the call to Joe tonight. I know he's got a lot of great content to share, so make sure that you guys have your notepads and pens out. I know I'm planning to take a lot of notes, and I'm going to give it away to you, Joe.
Well, thank you very much, Lindsay, and I really appreciate this, and I'm honored to be here on the phone. Y'all hear me okay? Okay. I definitely appreciate it, and if you're a member of Lindsay's team, you know she is just an amazing coach and mentor to all of you. She is probably our top coach in all of Aspire, which has about 1,700 coaches. And I've been working with Lindsay now for 3 years. She's worked closely with me to help guide her and build her team. And she's a Success Club, all-star, I think actually legend now herself. So Lindsay has this down. She's a great example for the entire team. And I'm honored to do this and see all of you and her growing team and other teams on here. It really is. This is what I love, gang, gals. I mean, this is the part that honestly is near and dear to my heart. I'm not a fitness nutrition freak. That's not me. I started Beachbody to lose weight, yes. But the thing that you're going to see is I've wanted to do something all my life. Before I started Beachbody, I had a big goal to build a business, to create something that people remember me by, to help a lot of people. I actually have this stuff written down a couple of years before I even got introduced to Beachbody, and I think my teammates have seen my goals written down. And when all the stuff hit the fan in banking, Beachbody came into my life, and it was the right time. It was the right thing. I saw it. This is something that I discovered when I'm now 47, and I'll tell you that I discovered this concept when I was about 24, 25 years old, when I was finally old enough, when I was a beginning banker, and my friends' parents were in Amway, and they decided that it was finally okay for them to talk to me about Amway. And I got to tell you, when the guy showed me how Amway works, have y'all know about Amway, right? And Amway is laundry detergent, soaps, etc. Huge, great big company, and they're really the originator of network marketing. And Beachbody follows their business model, but we do it in health and fitness. I just wasn't excited about laundry detergent and soap. So I decided to quit that. But I saw the potential that if you could just have everybody buy their own products from themselves and help a few people do that themselves, you could basically recreate the retail environment. And that's all network marketing is it's a separate distribution channel of a product. Carl Deichler has created this amazing product with Beachbody, the fitness programs and Shakeology and our supplements. And he wanted a way to get it out into the mass markets. He wanted to create a tribe of loyal customers and a thriving business, people who are advocates for the products, to get this message out loud and clear to others that we have an amazing product, we want to help people. And he created the coach opportunity as an opportunity for people to prosper. I'm going to show you something that is why the coach opportunity was created. He could just have done infomercials and retail on social media and radio advertising and not have a coach network, but he did it to create a band of wildly fanatic people who can help a lot more people through word of mouth. And I'm going to show you how to do that and create prosperity for themselves and their families. Okay, I mean, it actually says that on our website, just so you know. If you look up the coach opportunity, that's what it says, prosperity. So I'm going to show you exactly how we do that. This is one of the, Lindsay mentioned I was a banker. This is one of the most complicated financial compensation plans that you'll ever see. I'm going to try to break this down pretty slowly tonight. I don't know how long this will take, but it's worth it. I don't know if this will be an hour and a half. I'm going to do as best I can, but is an hour and a half worth it to learn something that can take you from, $100 a month, getting your shakes for free to, some people making $2 million a year now in Beachbody? Is an hour and a half too much time to ask for your attention to see if this is something that you can do? Because people just like you are doing this and changing their families' lives and the future of their families' lives, their legacy. So I'm going to go ahead and start a screen share right now. So do you see my PowerPoint, Lindsay? Everything okay?
I do. Looks great.
Okay, great. So we're going to talk tonight about the team cycle bonus and the leadership ladder. We're going to take this one step at a time. First, the team cycle bonus. And I'm going to start right at the beginning. First of all, let me say financial disclosure, Beachbody does not guarantee any level of income. Any representation or guarantee of earnings would be misleading. We must say this every time we talk about financial opportunities or income opportunities, even if it's a post on our Facebook wall. We have to use this disclaimer, just so you know. And we can get in trouble personally, and Beachbody can get in trouble, and it can ruin the entire coach network. So if you're making claims about what Beachbody has done for you in your life personally, even if it's paying your car off, paying your student loans off, whatever you do, make this financial disclaimer, okay? Put it in your post. Oh, by the way, teamwork makes the dream work. And hopefully all of you see how this affects all of us today as we go through this. There are two types of income with Beachbody. There is retail sales. Retail sales is the direct to customer where the coach gets 25% or a fixed commission. Move that out of the way. If anybody has to move their screen out of the way, you can just drag and drop the share screen so you can make sure you see as much more of the screen, just so you know. Retail sales, direct to customer, coach gets 25% or a fixed commission on the challenge packs, or 40% on Beachbody On Demand, which also is our club membership. So that works out to about $33 on Shakeology retail, $32.50 for $130 Shakeology. Shakeology is the overwhelming majority of our biz. It's about 80% of your business, okay? I would say it's probably at least that. Shakeology is the most important thing we have right now. That might change in the future, but just so you know, we're going to simplify this by talking about Shakeology because it is our #1 product. The second way we make income is through the team cycle bonus. Now, this team cycle bonus is not retail commissions. This is a bonus, kind of like a profit sharing, which comes from introducing the Team Beachbody Coach opportunity to 2 or more other coaches and showing those coaches how to help more customers with our products. Retail income, 100% yourself. Retail sales. If you go out there and get customer, your initial challenge pack, $40 to $105, depending on your challenge pack. Shakeology, there's the commissions again. In month 1, let's say you have 5 customers. Now, why don't you keep this in mind? 5 customers, mom, dad, sister, brother, bestie, whatever way you mix, mom, dad, uncle, cousin, best friend, whatever. 5 customers. They average $50 per challenge pack. You might make $250 in your first month. And guess what you also did? You made SC10, right? How many people make SC10 in their first month? $250 of commissions the first month. Month 2, you do the same thing. 5 more customers. You get Shakeology customers from your first, let's say they stay on Shakeology, right, from their first set of 5. So you're going to get $33 from those 5. That's $165. Then you're getting 5 new customers the second month. So that's SC10 again, their second month in a row. And you're going to make, say, $165 off of them, or $250 off those 5 customers, plus the existing first month customers, the Shakeology clients who held over for a second month of Shakeology delivery. That's $415 in your second month by having 10 customers reaching SC10 2 months in a row. How many people would like to do that? How many people think that is achievable every month? Well, Lindsay Cheatham is a SC10 All-Star, our legend. She did it 48 months in a row, I believe, and I did it 22 months in a row. My wife did it 48 months in a row to get SC10. Now, is that all retail? No, it's not all retail, but we're going to get into that some more. But the point is, it can be done. It can be done, but in your first couple of months, to make $415, it's fairly difficult. Hey, Lindsay, somebody's unmuted. We might want to mute them. It might be you. I'm sorry. He's up. Sorry about that. So my point here is, if you blow it out of the park and you get 2 opening months SC10 and you make $415, you're doing really great. Okay, you're doing really great. It's not a requirement. You're doing really great. It's exceptional. Now, let me ask you this. Retail income is 100% of your effort, direct sales to consumers. You're going out to everybody, and you are basically selling them a fitness program, Shakeology, challenge pack, whatever it is, right? So, how many people on here would like to make $1,000 a week, or roughly $50,000 a year, and essentially make this a full-time equivalent income? How many people would like that? I couldn't see everybody's hands, but I'm hoping that everybody raised their hands. So, do you think that you can go out there and get $1,000 a week on retail income alone? Let me tell you what that would require. That would require approximately 30 retail Shakeology customers each week. 30 customers times $33 commissions, $990 per week. 100 or so Shakeology customers per month was roughly $4,000 in commission. $33 times 120 Shakeology orders, $1,000 per week, $4,000 per month. If you did that, you would have 100 SC points to 200 SC points a month. How many people think they can do that? Melanie Mitro does it, but she's a queen of social media. I mean, I don't know if she does that every month, but the point is, 1 out of 400,000 coaches does that. Do you think you're going to do that? You have got to be can you get 50 to 100 customers yourself? Now, that doesn't count how many are going to roll over, how many are going to stay on Shakeology. You might get 25% stay on Shakeology, or 30% for over a month. Maybe they stay on it for 3 months. I don't know. But the point is this. You have to be a tremendous social media king or queen, or you have to have some massive retail outlets that just delivers lots of Shakeology clients. And not many people can do this. So if you're serious about building a business in a long term, if you're serious about being here for the long term, because if you are just here to have your shake paid for, this is not the call for you. If you are here to just get your shake paid for, If you are here to make $200 per month, you don't need all this. If you are here to make $300 per month, you don't need all this. You can do this without building a team, okay? You can do this without building a team. Not everybody wants to build a team. I want to make this clear. Not everyone wants to build a team. A lot of people just want to be challenge packs, run challenge groups, and not get into the responsibility of leadership and building a team. That is understandable. But if you want to build a sizable business, then that's going to include learning how to build a business. So if you can't do all of this 100 customers a month yourself, how are you going to get to $1,000 or $2,000 a month or whatever? The alternative, it's going to be to build a business like CEOs do. Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, didn't they start out building Microsoft computers, Bill Gates in his garage, or Steve Jobs in his garage building Apple computers with his best buddy Steve Wozniak, Steve Jobs, or Mark Zuckerberg started Facebook in his dorm room? What did they do to spread their message? They started with them, right? They started with them and their idea. They had this great product. They had to get their product out. They had to get these computers out. They had to make it affordable for everyone, right? So what did they have to do? They had to hire a distribution team. Once they became a product, they had to hire a distribution team, because they're not going to go out and be able to sell 3 million computers, personal computers to the United States on their own, going door to door, are they? No, they had to build a business. So whether it's computers or coffee or an idea like Facebook, or it's Shakeology or fitness programs, everything is distributed the same way, by building a business, okay? I want to show you, this is a typical business. This is a typical business. It's going to have a board of directors that kind of funds shows the operation or the direction of the company, the executive management group. This is going to be the CEO right here, right? Then you're going to have your head of engineering, that's a product development and R&D, and then your products themselves, and the inventory management and sales and all this other stuff. Sales is a direct line to the CEO. Legal, you got to have legal covered. We have legal covered in Beachbody. Finance, your accounting and finance, running the numbers, all that stuff. These are all members. And for Bill Gates, in order to him to get out a computer, he had to build a company like this, and then hire a sales staff and hire all these amazing people around him to do things he couldn't do on his own, to get it out to, multi-millions of people. So now we get into what is building a business. And the second type of income that Beachbody offers us, besides retail income, is that of a team bonus. A team bonus is actually not a retail commission. This is a bonus which comes from introducing the Team Beachbody Coach opportunity to other coaches, and showing those coaches how to help other people with our products, showing those coaches how to get customers. So say, for example, here that Lindsay McGuire right here helped Julene to start as a coach. And then she also helped Jen to start as a coach. So she put Julene on her left and Jen on her right. In order to be eligible for bonuses, Lindsay had to place one on her right and one on her left. When she does this, she opens her business center. What's that called? That's called an Emerald Coach. When you become an Emerald, you open your business center. Now you're eligible for our profit sharing, our team cycle bonuses. This is a reward for helping you to grow our business, because Lindsay can now reach 30 people faster if she has the help from Julene and Jen than she could on her own, right? And Beachbody wants us to get it out to more people. So if Lindsay says, okay, I can't do all this on my own, I'm gonna need help. I got a baby, I got, part-time, I work too, I'm not gonna be able to reach 30 customers in order to make, so I'm gonna ask Julene to help take 10 customers. And I'm going to have Jen get her 10 customers, her 5 besties or 5 closest, and then 5 friends, right? So they each have 10 customers. Now they got 30 customers between them, right? Isn't that easier than getting 30 customers on your own? Now, here's how Beachbody works it. Lindsay is now eligible when she signed them up. She signed Julene up with a challenge pack, a coach challenge pack, and Jen up with a coach challenge pack. you get the same initial upfront commission, but it's not called a commission with a coach. It's called the coach sign-on bonus. And Beachbody, oops, there we go. Oops, I gotta move that. Sorry about that. Beachbody does assigns everything points. You get volume points for everything. So for each of your products sold, there's volume attached to it. Shakeology has 90 volume points attached to it. Because Lindsay elected to hire these distributors, Julie and Jen, to help spread the word faster, Beachbody rewards her with profit sharing in the form of team cycle bonus. Lindsay introduced Julene and Jen. She gets a percentage of each of Julene's and Jen's customer sales, as well as their coaches' sales and all of their customer sales. So whatever customers Julene brings in and whatever coaches Julene brings in and whatever customers of those coaches Julene brings in, Lindsay gets a percentage of those. And the same with Jen on her right leg. Lindsay gets a percentage of all of those. So if there's 90 Shakeology points, for 90 points for each Shakeology, and Julene has 9 customers and Jen has 9 customers, that's 10 each, right? 10 times 90 is 900. Now you have a team with 900 points on it. 900 points on your right leg, 900 points on your left leg. Okay? 1 coach, each coach has 9 or 10 customers, that's 900 volume points. 10 Shakeology orders is 900. So Beachbody gives us a cycle bonus of $14, $16, or $18, and it's $14 for an emerald, $16 for a ruby, $18 for a diamond. Each time a coach accumulates 300 points on his team, collectively between the coaches and the coaches' customers. So if Jen and Julie each had 9 customers and they're all on Shakeology, then Lindsay would have 9 points on her right leg and 900 points on her left leg and 900 points on her right leg. Does that make sense to everybody? Good, I see some head nodding, and I like that. And it's not nodding off as in sleeping. So now what happens is Lindsay is going to get a cycle bonus each week that team hits 300 points each week. So Lindsay had 600 points. Let's say she had 600 on her right leg and 300 on her left leg. Beachbody makes you take, this is a formula, they make you take 200 from your strong leg and 100 from your weak leg. That total is 300. Your weak leg is your leg with the fewest volume points. So if she had 600 on her left leg, that would be her strong leg. If she had 300 on her on her right leg, that would be her weak leg. Remember, Shakeology is 90. So how many customers are represented there with a total of 900 points between those 2 legs? She would get 3 cycle bonuses, and they calculate this like this. It's basically 300 points. How many times can you divide 300 into 900? Well, they make sure you're getting 200 on your strong leg. So I took 600 divided by 200. I get 3 cycle bonuses. 300 divided by 100 on my weak leg, because you got to have 100 coming from your weak leg. So you get 3 cycle bonuses. If I would have had 200 over here on my weak leg, she would have been limited to 2 cycle bonuses. And even though it calculated a 3 on her strong leg, those other extra points would have carried over to the next week. So in this particular week, she gets, as a diamond coach, she would get $18 extra and 3 cycle bonuses, $54. She gets that $54 even though she didn't get any more customers herself. Okay? That's her profit sharing for introducing Julene and Jen to the business and them having customers and coaches themselves. Okay? That's a residual. That's a profit sharing bonus that Beachbody pays us. Now, would you rather have 100% of your own efforts, or would you rather have 6% of 100 people's efforts? Think about that for a second. 100% of your own efforts or 6% of 100 people's efforts? Well, when you're doing retail, it's all your own efforts. If you're eligible for profit sharing, you get we showed you the example of this, 100% and 6% of each, it's 6 times more. $18 as a diamond coach. $18 divided by 300 points that it takes for one cycle is 6%. So Beachbody basically gives us a 6% bonus. Now, imagine 100 coaches each having 10 customers, 1,000 people, 6% of 1,000 people. What does that equate to? You are getting 60 times more effort, 60 times more hours invested in your business per week than you are by yourself. Okay? Does that make sense? Because you're getting residual. Would you rather have 100% of your own efforts or 6% of 1,000 people? 60 times more. Now, so I showed you that, but what happens when you keep teaching others to get customers? So Lindsay teaches Julene to get 10 customers, teaches Jen to get customers, teaches Michelle to get 10 customers, teaches Tina to get 10 customers, or I should say, Jen teaches Tina to get 10 customers, Jessica hires 2 coaches herself. All these people, whether or not, let's say that Lindsay didn't bring in Michelle, and she didn't bring in Tina, but because she's on her right leg, she's getting the benefit of all of Tina and all of Michelle's customers and coaches. That's her right leg. This is her left leg. If Lindsay was on her left leg and if Lisa was on Lindsay's left leg, she would get the benefit of all the people that Lindsay brought in and all the people that Laura brought in on that left leg, okay? This is where the multiplication comes into play. You're the CEO. Remember this? Remember this? You are the CEO right here. You're the Bill Gates. Well, there's 400,000 people that are employees of Microsoft. Why does Bill Gates get paid, $50 million a year just at Microsoft? Because he has 50,000 times more responsibility and 50,000 times more people that are producing on his behalf. This is the exact way any business is structured. So whenever anybody says it's a pyramid, they don't know what they're talking about, because this is the way a business is built. This is the way any business is built. The further up you go up the chain, the more responsibility you have, right? The more responsibility you have, the more you get paid, correct? Okay, that's the way it does it in every single business. And that's where we are in this business right now, with Lindsay as the example. Back to here. So Lindsay now started bringing in coaches and customers, signing in a right leg, left leg, and those. Then we wanted to teach those customers or coaches that Lindsay brought in, we wanted to teach them how to bring on additional coaches and customers themselves, right? Running challenge groups, getting their 5 besties as customers, those kind of things, getting customers. Why is it so important to duplicate? Why is it so important to keep this going? Well, let me explain. Let's say, why duplicate as a coach? Well, after a while, after say 2 to 5 years, if everyone just taught 5 coaches who wanted to make $1,000 a month, do you think that over the course of 3 to 4 years, you could find 2 years, you could find 5 coaches that would want to make $1,000 a month? Who wouldn't want to make $1,000 a month extra? Do you know $1,000 a month extra is life-changing to any family? That means paying off student loan debt. That means making ends meet on the mortgage or paying the mortgage. That means paying off credit card bills. That means taking family vacations every year. That means funding a retirement income, $12,000 a year. Heck, the average 401k is only funded by about $3,000 a year, and that funds an entire retirement. $1,000 a month for 25 years can basically be a self-funded retirement plan and could potentially reach something like $1 million. This stuff is life-changing, gang. $1,000 a month is meaningful to anyone. So after a while, you want to show duplication. So if you just had 90, if it was just you had 90 points on your Shakeology, you teach, and then you teach 5 coaches to each have 5 customers. Here's what happens. 5 coaches each have 90 points. Now, are these discount coaches? No, I'm going to show you why not. 5 coaches each have 90 points. What if you taught them to each have 5 customers each? Now, those 5 coaches that are discount coaches are 90. Those would be worth 450 points. But now if you give them 5 customers each, now you got 2,250 team volume on your team. That's just the second level. Your first level right here, right? Now, what if you taught those 5 coaches how to each get 5 coaches? Just 5 coaches who want to work the business for $1,000. 25 coaches times 90 is 2,250 volume points, and each of them had their 5 besties, mom, dad, brother, sister, uncle, cousin, whatever, best friend, as customers. Can anybody do that? Anybody can do this. Now all of a sudden you have 11,250 volume points going through your team because you've got 25 coaches, each with 5 customers. What if you taught those 25 coaches, what if they helped each other as part of the team? Because now it gets to be too big. You can't do it yourself. So you need your teammates, your coaches, you need to teach them how to teach other coaches. 25 coaches each help 5 coaches. That's 125 coaches. 90 points each, 11,250 points just from those coaches. What if they each had 5 customers? 56,000 team volume points. This is a number that will get you to achieve a level of $1,000 per week right here, just on your 3rd level. I'm 7 levels deep to, let's say, Lindsay McGuire, 5 levels deep, I think, to Lindsay McGuire on this team, right, Lindsay? Somewhere around there. Tina, I sponsored Tina, who sponsored Shell. Let's see, who sponsored Lisa, who sponsored Sarah, who sponsored Lindsay. 5 levels deep. Now, what if those 125 coaches, and we each teach them how to do a getting started right call, teach them each how to get 5 customers, or mom, dad, brother, sister, bestie, whatever. Find 5 people who want to make $1,000. That becomes 281,000 volume points. Take it from there. Those people teach 3,005, each teach 5. You become 3,125 coaches, 90 points each is 281,000 points, 5 customers each, 1,000,004 volume points. Do you think this is unreal? No, I can tell you there are lots of people in Beachbody who are doing this right now. 3,000 coaches, 1,400,000 points a month. So that would be roughly, 350,000 points a week. There are people who are getting 700,000 volume points a week on their strong leg and 300,000 on their weak leg. Lindsay Matway, Melanie Mitro, Bob Lucido, so many. This is real, gang. This happens when you duplicate and you stick with this. This happens when you learn why you teach this business. So go deep. What do I mean by deep? 5 levels deep. You teaching your coaches how to teach their coaches. Then you help them how to teach their coaches. And then eventually leaders take over and have to, because you can't have so many direct reports. This is why I teach Lindsay Cheatham directly, right? And then she teaches her team. I don't teach all of you directly. I don't have that much time in a day. I have 40 hours in a week like everybody else, right? Outside of my job or whatever. So it's not quantity of coaches, it's quality of coaches. Because each coach should shoot for 10 retail customers, or as many as possible. Discount coaches actually hurt you on your team, just so you know. Since they don't duplicate and they don't add customers, 10x baby, you actually lose retail commission because you're going from $33 off of that coach, and then you're only getting a $14 to $18 bonus off of that coach once a month as opposed to $33, okay? The idea is for coaches to be helping you build a business. That is the idea of a coach. This is what Carl Deichler created for prosperity. He gave us the opportunity. The coaches who want to stick long-term and make additional income and have a purpose, a deep, sustainable why to get them through the tough times. Like I said, if you're here just to get your shake for free, man, you're not going to go through all this bullshit. You're not going to go through all the bullshit of talking to people all the time, every day, listening to everybody all the time, taking 10, 20, 30 hours a week to build your business. Are you going to do that for $100 a month? Really? How much? If you make $15 an hour right now and you spend 20 hours, that's $300 a week. That's $1,200 a month. How much time are you then willing to spend on Beachbody to make $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, $5,000 a month? I can tell you that it ends up being worth it. My wife and I each earned 6 figures in our third full year. Each earned 6 figures in our third full year by doing this, what I'm showing you. Concentrating on getting a handful of customers and then realizing I can't reach the world, so I need to get coaches with me and business builders who are going to help me reach the world because I can't do it on my own. Neither can Starbucks. That's why they put locations in every corner, right? They can't reach it from one place. So here's an example of what our lineage looks like. What I mean by lineage is the lineup of coaches. So Tina sponsored Lisa, who sponsored, and then Tina sponsored Lindsay, and then Lisa sponsored Sarah. I got this wrong. Lisa sponsored Sarah, who sponsored Lindsay. These all end up helping each other. Your team, and then as these people, this ends up being a strong leg because this is going to have more volume on it because all these coaches are each adding coaches to their strong leg. So they're sharing this leg. This is why all of a sudden you're going to go from 100 points to 600 points because you have others helping you. And they're 5-10 customers each. But now you got to build your weak leg. That's your inside leg. When you have a power leg, when you have other coaches helping you, now you've got to build your left leg or your right leg, whatever, depending. If this was Victor and Mary Beth, their right leg would be their weak leg because they're sharing their left leg here. Okay? Tina's left leg, Tina's right leg. This is. We end up helping each other as teammates because all of you, let's say I'm here where Tina is, all of you are in here somewhere, right? And I don't know where you are, who your coaches are, but 1,700 people, we're helping each other because I'm building. I put 120 coaches myself underneath somebody's right leg. Okay, hear that again? If you've only signed one coach, I was in a dead spot. Nobody helped me put any coaches under me. Nobody's put any coaches under me. Hear that again. Lindsay Cheatham has put 50 coaches under somebody's leg. Tina Gonzalez has put 150 coaches under somebody's leg that are feeding up to them. And if that coach is not taking advantage of it and has only signed one other coach or not done anything, they're letting thousands of dollars slip through their fingertips. I put 120 coaches under my top right coach's leg because I built everything under my right leg because Tina exploded 1,200 coaches under my left leg with her team exploding. So I didn't need to build my left leg because 1,200 ended up appearing under my left leg. Does that make sense? And all those customers. So here's Beachbody allows us to build unlimited depth of our right and left legs, no matter how many people. There are people with lineups of 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 10,000 people on one leg, 2,000 people, 10,000 people on their other leg. Beachbody lets you go unlimited depth. So you get the volume from all of those people that you don't know, you've never met, you never will meet. Does that make sense? All the people on this team or on this call tonight, I've probably only met you guys once. And it was only because of this Beachbody that I ever met Lindsay, right? I didn't know Lisa. I didn't know Lindsay. I didn't know the other Lindsay. I didn't know anybody. So it's all right if your weak leg and your strong leg grow faster. One leg goes faster than the other because Beachbody makes up for that. At 200, 100, that means your weak leg can grow at half the speed of your strong leg. But you got to keep the pace. You got to keep up with adding coaches or you're missing out. Some people just stub their legs. They might have 200 coaches on their right leg and one coach on their left leg. They don't get anything because they've got 5,000 volume points on their right leg and they've got 10 volume points, 20 volume points a week on their left leg. You're not getting a bonus. You're not building your business. You're not building what a business looks like, which a business looks like this, building people throughout your organization. Okay? So what does this look like on paper? How does the math work? This is what it looks like in your back office. This is how Beachbody shows it in our genealogy report. Doesn't this look an awful lot like this? Doesn't it? Doesn't it look a lot like this? These are actually people with faces on them now. And this is what it looks like in your back office when people start putting people under you or you start putting coaches under other coaches. Only build your right outside leg and your left outside leg, because you've got to build, when you put a coach here, they've got to build here. You don't put the coach here. You keep it on the left leg, you keep it on the right leg. When they got a coach, they got to put their left leg, and then they build the right leg. They got to build. So you only build on your far outside and far outside left and right. Now, what does this look like? This looks like this. Can you see this okay? See these numbers? 0, 0. That means when I started, 5'11", 5'18". My first week, I started with zeros. I started in the exact spot almost everybody did, except I had nobody building for me. So guess what happened? 3 weeks into it, or a week into it, or whatever, I signed up my wife. Boom. Tina, you're doing Shakeology because I want to get free customers and I got to start get another coach. Signed up Tina, my left leg. That's my left leg. That's my left volume. This is my right volume. That's what all of this is. Remember, left volume, right volume. I started out with zeros, signed up Tina, signed up my sister-in-law, signed up my daughter, I don't know. I signed up my cousin on my right leg, right? I started out, these are just 90 points each, here and there, no big deal, right? 1, 2 people here, whatever, right? And then Tina started adding to her left leg since I signed her up on my left leg. And then when she started adding, guess what? My left leg starts growing. See those volume numbers going up to 610? While my right leg is lagging because it's a weak leg because I'm working that, but Tina's growing too now on my left leg. Now I got to get another coach to be working and be a business partner on my right leg. That volume will start to grow. What happens when I stick with it? What happens when I stick with it? This is 6 months into it right here. Now I go from 0 to 800 points and 385 points. My second, when I stick with it and I keep adding people and I keep adding customers and that volume keeps showing up, what happens here? Okay, in this bonus week, for example, this is 1 year into it roughly, right? So I might get 5,500 points on this leg, say, right here, on my left leg. And let's see. Oops, must have pulled Tina's. That's showing wrong on right and left in volume, actually, on this particular screen. But so you can actually calculate the bonuses right here. So now I'm having trouble moving this screen. Sorry. There we go. Okay, bonus week ending 3-6. 1, 2, 3, 6, right around here. 2,062 plus 3,040, 3,448, 5,500 total points, 200 on the left, 100 on the right, strong leg, 300, one cycle, you get $18. So here in this particular case, we get approximately 18 cycles on that 5,000 total points, and that's an extra $324 per week. Now, that would have taken you 10 Shakeology customers that week to do that. But because we added coaches who also added customers themselves and their 5 besties and kept doing that and showed them coaches how to do it, now we're getting $324 a week. Now in this one, year 3, by the time it keeps going, we're going to get here $1,000 a week because we keep adding and it keeps accumulating. It keeps accumulating. All those volume points, all those customers, all those people we don't know keeps accumulating, and we're getting up to $1,000 or $2,000 a week here. Look at this. What happens? Let's see. Here's where we get $1,000 that week. Let's see. This is week ending 1/14 right here. So we get about 18,000 points in total right here, 8,000 and 10,000. That's going to cycle about 61 times, so that's an extra $1,000 that week. What happens if you don't grow, though? What happens if your right leg is growing, your strong leg, that's your strong leg at this point, and your left leg isn't growing? Guess what? You're going to short yourself those cycles. Because you haven't built your business on your left leg, or your weak leg in this case, your left leg, you're only going to be capped at 5, 6 cycles a week. Meanwhile, you could be getting 37 cycles a week. you're robbing yourself of $500 to $600 a week in this case. And a lot of people on our team are missing out on thousands of dollars a year of income because they have not built their opposite leg. Maybe a whole team around them has been building their strong leg and they don't even know it, and they got all these points accumulated on their strong leg, but they haven't done anything with their weak leg, and it looks like all zeros. And now what happens is they're not getting the bonuses. Maybe they're only getting $100 a week or $100 a month. Do you think they're going to stick in it if they're only getting $100 a month and are spending $100 a month? Are they going to do the work then? What if they're making $1,000 a month if they knew this? What if they just knew what they were giving up on the weak leg because they didn't understand how this multiplication, this duplication, and just showing every coach how to get 5 customers, how to then sign up their 2 people to start this process. Here's my pay first 5 months of my business, just so you know. I started off, doesn't this look like everybody on here's paycheck? $0, $20, $20, $34, $14. It took me 5 months to get my first $100 pay week, just so you know. It took me over 5 months to get a pay week. And by the way, when I started this business, I was already making money. I was making good income, really good income, like multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars on my own. So I didn't do this to make all this money. I did it because I wanted to help thousands of people. I did it because I love showing people how they can make additional income for their families, because as a banker, that's important to me. 1 year out, I was only making a few $100s a month. 1 year out, I was only making a few $100s a week, which is great. A lot of people want to make $1,000 a month, right? That's life-changing. 1 year out, you could be life-changing money. 1 year out, if you just did very basics every day. 2 years out, $1,000 a week. 3 years out, $2,000 a week, $2,300. This is my second business center, which we can get into. All this stuff is possible. Lindsay, I'm going to cut it off for a break before I get in a leadership ladder.
Okay.
You want questions from people?
I actually have a couple of questions, and I definitely want to open it up for other people to ask.
All right, go right ahead.
So I'm just curious if do you use the 5-step invite process at all?
Yes.
So do you offer the discount option then in that?
When I started, that's what I almost exclusively did.
Uh-huh.
And that's how we basically build. But here's the thing, a lot of people fell off. And here's what I've noticed. Because of course people will think they're going to get the discount, right? Mm-hmm. And so they'll quickly fall away if they feel like it's work and they're not making any, if they're not trying to make any money, right? If they don't want to dig into the work, right? So what can you do with them? They're just preferred customers at that point. You can't continue working with them because your time has to be spent finding people who are going to be business partners with you. Otherwise, how are you going to get to these numbers, right? You can't get those multiplication numbers, the exponentially being able to help thousands of other people on your own. So I actually started approaching people with Eric Worre GoPro scripts about a year and a half into it. And I started exclusively going for the income opportunity. So like a year into it, Kathy Candera was my first coach that I found as a business builder. And she had blown me off the previous year just with the fitness because she was already fit. So why would Kathy Candera listen to me about fitness when she was already doing P90X in the gym every day and then at home doing P90X? When I saw her again in the same exact parking lot at Giant Eagle, I said, hey, Kathy, I don't know if you remember me, but you probably should have signed up for this Beachbody thing a year ago because I built an entire team that you would have had. And by the way, would you like to make some extra money instead of just using P90X? Would you like to make some extra money doing it? And now all of a sudden I had a story to tell her that I was making money and she could do it too. And she said, yeah, I'll do it. And she signed up the next day.
Nice.
Kathy was my second diamond besides my wife. So my wife was my first diamond. Kathy was my second diamond. That made me 2-star in about a year. And so my 13 diamonds, just so y'all know, my 13 lifetime diamonds, now they haven't all stuck around, but here's the point. 13 lifetime diamonds, every single one of them, so that means a business builder, right? Somebody is a diamond as a business builder. Every single one of them I approached with the opportunity, not with the challenge. Okay? I approached with the opportunity. That is huge. Tina and I have had over 30 diamonds between us, you guys. And it's because we share the opportunity. We didn't get to 1,700 coaches by just running challenge groups. We didn't get to the income level to be a full-time income by just running retail, because you can't do it all on your own. You can't make it. You can't stay here long enough to help. We've helped thousands of people between us, but you can't do it on your own. Okay? And that was my goal. I wanted to help thousands of people. I can't do it on my own. That's always been my call. I always wanted to build something people remember me by. What else you got, Lindsay?
Oh, okay. And then I just want to clarify this. So when you are taking the volume points to total up how many times you're going to cycle, so you divide your weak leg by 100 and your strong leg by 200 to get.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. If you have a strong leg, and if you have a true strong leg and a true strong, I'm gonna stop this right now so you can see me. Can you see me on this board? You might want to just put me as speaker view, Lindsay, or everybody might want to just put me on speaker view.
Yeah.
If you have a runaway leg where you have a lot of people on one leg and just a couple of people on your other leg, you're going to have a power leg. That's going to be your strong leg. So in this case, you're going to have a true weak leg. And when you have a true weak leg, you're going to have a 200 to 100 easy calculation, because you're really running, you might have 5,000 here and 2,000 here. All you got to do is divide this side by 100 to get 20 cycles. You're going to know you're getting 20 cycles because you're going to cap out based on your weak leg is so low. So that's what's called the 2-to-1 ratio. If you're building a strong leg and you're looking for a 2-to-1 ratio, but if your legs are even, let's say they were even, and you had 2,500 on each side, roughly, then you're at a 1-to-1 ratio. And that's when you kind of just total them up and divide them by 300, which will give you a rough estimate of how many cycles. Okay? But if you're building and you've got a strong leg and it's 2 times bigger than your other one, than your weak leg, just divide your weak leg by 100 points, and that'll tell you how many cycles you get.
Okay.
Okay?
I think I knew that, but it's been a while.
Some people, by the way, if you have 1-to-1 ratio, there's no advantage to having a weak leg or a strong leg, just so you know. There's no advantage of saying you have a power leg. Okay? The advantage is you got built faster by others, right? But if you built 1-to-1 like Tina did, or say Ashley Zahara is, if you're building 1-to-1, really, you can actually build for rank and income then. Whereas I couldn't. I had a runaway leg, so my power leg became so big on my left leg that I had to stop myself at 4-star diamond, because it didn't make sense for me to try to 5-star, because to be 5-star, I would be stacking people over here, and that's already a strong leg, and I'm just wasting money. You're better off putting your weak leg is called your profit leg. That's where you want to stack your coaches, on your weak leg, to get that number up. Okay. You got to stack coaches and your coaches on your weak leg to get your profit up. So because you either want to be a 1-to-1 ratio, or if you're at a 2-to-1 ratio, you got to start building your weak leg. And we'll get into that with the leadership ladder coming up next.
I had something I wanted to see if we could go into this for hours, I feel, but I wanted to see, Joe, when you had my 2 people that are under me, actually, not to be all technical and anything, but I think this is a cool point to bring up, but on my right leg is my husband, and he's the very top of my organization.
Yeah.
And on my left leg, I do have Julene and Jen. So talk about, you had in slide 7 where you had, how I have Jen, but actually I have Kevin. So now I had Kevin there. I built him to emerald, and then I built him to diamond. And now I'm flowing up that double, making more through him type thing.
Can you guys see this as I'm drawing it? Are you able to see that?
Yes.
All right.
So
Lindsay Cheatham, is this still recording? Because I just saw some warning.
Yeah.
Okay. So make sure you can see this, and it's in big view. Because what Lindsay McGuire is talking about, she's here. And this is your first business center. You got a coach on your right, a coach on your left. So this is, this could be, Sarah or whatever, I don't know, Lindsay, the other Lindsay, whatever, whoever, doesn't matter. But what Lindsay McGuire is saying is she's put her husband, Kevin, here because she keeps adding coaches here, and her coaches keep adding to his right leg, right? So she put her husband, Kevin, here. Now she has the option of building Kevin's inside leg. And now she has one center here, this big one, and she's taking advantage because this other one's also being built at the same time. So she builds her husband's leg on an inside leg, and he's getting all that same volume here already built, plus she's building this one. So she's getting paid here, big one, here, little one. She's getting paid twice. And that's what you can do when you have a spouse account. Or you can do it even more, because once you even, get the 2-star, so you have one diamond on your left leg. So say this is a diamond, and then you created a diamond here with your husband. Now so Julene gets the diamond, Kevin gets the diamond. Now she's 2-star, one diamond on each leg. Now she can put another business center, and she can put that business center here, or she can put that business center here, or put that business center here, and she hired herself. Now she's getting paid here, here, and here. She's getting paid 3 times.
And then that's when also the bonuses start to kick in, which I thought was really cool once I learned about that. Then you get your 2-star quarterly bonus, and that's when you really start to get some big bucks.
Yeah, you can get it. If you're 2-star and you hold it for 6 weeks, you're getting about an extra $900 every quarter. If you're a 5-star, you're getting an extra $3,000 plus the $900 every quarter. If you're a 10-star, you're getting $10,000 plus $3,000 plus $1,000. And if you're 15-star, you're getting like a total of $40,000 every quarter. So this is where we get into rank building and stuff like that as part of the leadership ladder. But but this, you don't need all of this right now, because if you're just getting started, just remember you're trying to do this and get your coaches each to get 5 to 10 customers. So when each of your coaches do that, now you got these little pods of customers around here, that all flows up to you. All your coaches' customers all flows up to you. That all flows up to you, okay? And you're building a business. And that's gonna keep you around longer, because how many people are gonna try to get 100 Shakeology customers? How many are gonna do that? But can you get 10 customers? Can you get 10 and help people get 5 and help them get 5? Doesn't it sound much more manageable? The numbers are so exponentially much bigger when you understand this, and this is what most people don't understand is they try to do it on their own. This is not meant to be done on your own. Network marketing is not meant to be done on your own. Network marketing is about team building. And so what other questions you got before I move on to leadership ladder?
I have a question, Joe.
Okay.
I have Greg signed up, but I'm not ready to turn him emerald to like I'm a much stronger diamond, which I'm not sure like how strong you need to be before you do that. Or
hey, hold on. Is that Renee? I can barely hear you. I can barely hear you. Can you speak in a little bit more?
Oh, perhaps try my iPad. I have Greg under me a little further down the line, but
okay.
I turn him emerald. It's just I don't know like what's a strong enough diamond to do that. Like I'm a diamond, but I wait? Do I have a bunch of emeralds before I do that, or do I just turn him emerald with the next?
Well, that's a really good question, Renee. And here's the thing: when you have a bunch of discount coaches, that's what you're going to be dealing with. Is you're not a stable diamond, because people will fall. People are going to fall in and out as discount coaches. Man, I've signed up 130 coaches. How many are sticking around? 30? I mean, you got to understand, people are going to leave. They're going to leave for their own reasons. You can't control that. Life happens to them. Shit happens, right? But if you're signing discount coaches, if they're not working, if they don't have a meaning to be here, if they don't want to make $1,000, they don't want to make $5,000, they aren't committed to really helping people, how long are they going to stick around? A discount coach might, a regular retail customer might stay on Shakeology 2 or 3 months. A discount coach might stay on 6 months before they get sick of it, and so much Shakeology builds up if they're not doing it every day, whatever. But if you got a real reason to be here, a real reason that you want to make that extra $1,000, an extra $2,000 a month, something that's really going to impact your family, then you're going to find business builders. So the point here, Renee, is what you want to do is you got to be teaching them on their own to get to Emerald. Otherwise, and how to easily duplicate this business. Otherwise, you're always going to be facing that unstable diamond process. Okay. So it's not just when you build Greg, you're eventually going to do that, but you've got to have extra emeralds on your squad, and then you just got to keep recruiting new business builders, because actual business builders are going to build the business. They don't need that much coaching and everything else. They're going to say, I got a desire to build a business. Right?
Yeah, because lately I just been more on a mission to sign coaches, really, more than anything. But
well, and that's what happened too. Is a lot of times then we'll get that we don't want to lose rank, so you find people just to fill in the spot, right? I totally get that, because nobody wants to lose their rank, and that does happen. But you know what? Hey, shit happens. That's all I can say is just keep going, and that'll be fine. You just got to kind of work around them and treat discount coaches as preferred customers, knowing that they're customers. They're not really business builders. Don't try to make, not that you are, but anybody, don't try to make people who don't want to be business builders into business builders. You're just going to drive them out of the business. You're just going to drive them out of the business. People get what they want out of this. If they want to make $500, they'll make $500. If they want to make $1,000, they'll make $1,000. If they want to make $10,000, they'll eventually make $10,000.
So in 30 days, do you leave those coaches alone? Because I feel like I have more hope in people than they deserve, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, this business is actually so easy to teach and so easy to learn that you shouldn't have to hold their hand very long. And if they're not showing, if they can't get their 5 besties, their 2 besties, what do you think the prospects of you being able to teach them how to build a business are?
Yeah.
It doesn't take any real skills to sign up your mom, dad, brother, sister as a cousin as customers, get their Shakeology back, and then have 2 besties that want them also. Okay, so if you signed up your mom, dad, brother, sister, cousin as customers just to try it, as I call the hot market or VIP strategy, and you made $150 in 2 hours of work, $75 an hour, how many people would love to hear how to make $75 an hour? Don't you think your 2 best friends would love that? Boom, there's your first 2 coaches. I want to make $75 an hour. Okay, what'd you do? Well, you got a mom, dad, brother, sister, right? And so you're going to find the business builders want to make extra income. They do. They either want to replace their job. They either want to they're either backed into a corner and they have to do something for family. They got to pay off credit cards. It's so ugly. They got to, maybe they're, fighting for their independence because, maybe they just got out of a divorce, or maybe they're thinking about a divorce and they got to make money on their own, or whatever it is. There's some reason they're fighting to work. There's some reason they got to do it. They got to pay off, $30,000 of choking student loan debt, or otherwise they can't build a house or get a house for their family, right? There's a reason, and that reason is extra income. And so did that answer your questions, Renee?
Yes, it does. I tend to blame myself, like I'm not a good leader or something, or I'm not teaching them right or something like that. And then I go past the 30 days and I just, they do fall off, and I don't know why I waste a lot of time, I guess.
Yeah, we have a screen, and I can't get my screen back up. I don't know what's going on here. Can you guys still see me?
Here, let me exit this. I want to put something in there, and it's because you care. Like, you really do want to help people, Renee, and you are a great leader. So don't ever discredit yourself. You want them to do better for themselves, but you can't drag people. You can't make people do something they don't want.
You are helping people. That's absolutely true. And here's the thing. We got to remember the saying, you can help 1,000 people, but you can't carry 3 on your back. Jim Rohn, world famous network marketing teacher, get that video. But the point is this, we are not, you know what, I like it as like into a, we're the ambulance drivers. We are not the doctors. We can't fix people. All we can do is go drop them off at the hospital, right? We don't have the technology to fix people. That's personal development, what they want. You can't want something for others. You can only maybe give them the vision and see if they want to run with it, but you can't do it for them. It just doesn't happen, and you will rake your eyeballs out if you are trying to do that. You will rake your eyeballs out in this business if you are trying to carry people and force them and trying to make ducks into eagles, because guess what? Or chickens into eagles. Chickens don't fly, eagles soar. You cannot make a chicken soar, okay? People are gonna be who they are. And whatever that's worth fighting for themselves, not what you think is worth fighting for them. This is a simple business, gang. It really is. What else we got?
Thank you.
Yeah. I want to go into this leadership ladder now, okay? Let's see, where is that? Okay, now leadership ladder. So this is important because Beachbody has this thing called the leadership ladder. And they want people who are going to be here for a long time. They want to reward those who are doing the proper behaviors because they want to reach more people. What they don't want is people who build a shell diamond, a shell 10-star diamond, shell 15-star diamond that doesn't have any volume to it, that's not playing this volume game that I showed you. They don't want that, because now those people are getting just discount coaches and 10-star diamonds, and they're taking the bonus income for that, but they're not producing any volume. So there's no money coming into the business for Beachbody because they're not producing volume, but people are taking. So they're directing everybody to this leadership ladder and saying, guess what? You're not going to eventually get some bonuses. You're not going to do this. You're not going to do that. You're not going to get recognized as full promotions until you start building your volume and your weak leg too. So this is what happens is this leadership ladder, it's in your Coach Online office. If you look, it'll look like this when you're looking at your Coach Online office on the very first page. But what it says is you're a business starter if you have $100 in commissions per month. If you make SC5, so in order to be a business or anything on the leadership ladder, you have to make Success Club every month, no matter what. Okay, that month you have to make it. Otherwise, you don't get any promotion or any recognition. You have to be at least a coach. You have to have. You don't have any coaches here that are a personally sponsored coach that reach Success Club, and you don't have any PS team leaders. Now, to be at the next rung up, team builder, you have to have 250 points per month, or bonuses per month. That's commissions. SC5, you got to be at least an emerald. You got to have 2 personally sponsored coaches that at least have 1 SC point. So right as an emerald, in order to be a team builder, you got to have 2 of your own PS coaches also earn at least 1 Success Club point. And then you got to have at least 200 volume points on your weak leg. Now to get to the next one, team leader, you've got to have $1,000 a month that you're earning. SC5, you got to be at least a diamond. You've got to have 4 PS coaches. In other words, you've got to teach your coaches how to get customers themselves, right? This is what this is saying. And then you got to build up your weak leg to at least 5,000 points a month, your weak leg. Or if it's you build even, it doesn't matter. To be an organizational leader, you got to have $2,500 a month in earnings. You've got to get at least SC5. Notice they don't make this up to SC10 every month. You've got to be at least a 2-star diamond. You've got to have 6 coaches on your team when you're an org leader, 2-star diamond. You've got to have 6 coaches on your team who are at least earning 1 Success Club points, one Success Club point. And you've got to have 15,000 volume points on your weak leg. And then to be an executive leader, And just so you know, Tina and I have fluctuated between team leader, organizational leader, I think team leader, Tina's org leader, been as high as executive leader. And this means $8,500 a month. And you can meet some of these things and not the others. You're just not going to get the recognition. I have not achieved the executive leader. I've made the money before, but I didn't have these PS coaches. So $8,500 a month in commissions, Success Club 5, highest paid rank 5-star diamond, got to be at least 5-star. And you've got to have 8 personally sponsored coaches reaching success, at least one Success Club point. And here's the kicker. You've got to have 50,000 volume points on your weak leg. All right, that's a kicker. Because you could have 100,000 volume points from a power leg that somebody else built. And if you have 3,000 on your weak leg, guess what? You don't get shit. Well, you might be down here at team builder, but you're not an executive leader, okay? The point is they're teaching you what to do. So here, I want to give you an example of one of our coaches. This is what hers looks like. She is a team leader right now. This is what you should all go through. You should all go through. What do you got to do to keep raising your rank, raising your volume, to get promoted, to get your full earnings potential, to make a sustainable business out of this? You got to pay attention to this. This person is a team leader. Her next rung would be an org leader because she's here, and the next rung is here. She made $2,600 or $2,500 last month. She did achieve Success Club. She had SC10. She's a 2-star diamond last month. She had 6 PS coaches, which is great, with SC1 or more. She has a weak leg volume of 11,400. But she didn't have any PS team leaders. So none of her coaches achieved this rung, right? In order to get to this rung, you got to have one of your, no, you don't have, you got to have 2 of your coaches get to this rung. Now, this month, this is only the first week. So far she made $378 in commission for the first week. It's a slow time. She's back down to 1-star diamond, so she floats in and out. That's okay, but, and again, you know, you eventually you want to stabilize that and get their full-time 2-star, 3-star, 5-star, whatever. Only one PS coach so far is on the board with 1 SC point. Weak leg volume, 2,500, 2,800, something like that. So over the course of 4 weeks, that'll be close to 12,000. So she should be there in a weak leg volume. But she won't be at 15,000 to get to org leader. She has to be a 2-star diamond. She has to have 6 of her personally sponsored coaches each at least get 1. Then she's got to be at 15,000. So she didn't make it last month. Will she make it this month? Will she be 2-star diamond? That's what she should be filling in. And then she's got to work on this, because none of her people are becoming team leaders. So she needs 2 of her coaches to become team leaders in order to get to the org leader. And then again, if you want, and the next step, if she wanted to be an executive leader, she has to take this 2,500, clear up to $8,500 a month in income. And then she's got to take this 15,000 or her 11,000 in volume points last month. She has to take that clear up to 50,000 to be an executive leader in 1 month. So roughly, 13,000 points a week on your weak leg. And then this, just so you know, is what that volume chart looks like on this person. Last week it was 1,560 on her left leg, which is her weak leg, and her right leg is her strong leg. So 4,400. So what they're going to do is they're going to take like your month. It's your bonus month. So June to June. So June 2nd to July, June 30th right here, or whatever it is. Actually, yeah, right here, these 4 weeks will total up to what is needed for the week volume, okay? That's what's going into here is this week volume. It's the bonus month. It's the 4 or 5 weeks of a bonus month, not just one of these weeks. So you accumulate these. So the strong leg is making it, but they're not measuring the strong leg. If you have a weak leg and a strong leg, you got to do it. Or if you're building 1-to-1, you got to be, you got to have those volume numbers on each leg. But if you get a runaway leg, and they're figuring if you actually have a weak leg, the strong leg isn't the problem. You've got a runaway leg. You got plenty of volume. You need to build up your weak leg, because what happens is if you don't build this up, you are leaving thousands of dollars a month year, hundreds of thousands of dollars over your career, you could be leaving that on the table. Okay? And it's slipping through you and it's going to an upline who's you don't even know who's also getting that money. Okay? Because everybody in the upline gets paid too if they're doing it. So it's pretty incredible. It's pretty incredible. So this person is doing great, 2 or 3 years into the business. Just now, I think really, for last year, really starting to get in and build a team, because not everybody gets into building a team right away. But honestly, if people would have, and I don't mean to say this in a bad way, but, a lot of people didn't believe me and Tina at the beginning, but I saw it as a business from the beginning. We were the first ones to make 5-star, 2-star, 3-star, or whatever out of 4,000 coaches, and then each achieved $100,000 in our third full year. It's because we approached it like a business and knew how to work the business. This is how, if you want to make an income, you got to learn how to do this business and learn about these little things. Not everybody will do this. If everybody did it, they wouldn't have the money to pay us. All right, I'll just say that. So it's not an easy thing to get a hold of. It's not an easy thing, but you got to keep recruiting. You got to keep recruiting. You got to keep recruiting. But more importantly, you got to get more customers. You got to get more customers, and you got to teach your coaches to get customers and help them learn how to duplicate and get coaches. That's why this leadership ladder has these things: weak leg team volume, PS team leaders. And how many of your PS coaches are making Success Club? They're telling you what to do. Beachbody is telling you what to do. We're not making this up. I just saw it, and I'm the way before leadership ladder, and I just started doing this because I knew that weak leg. That's why I call it my profit leg. Because whenever I add a coach to my weak leg, I'm giving myself a raise. If I add a coach of 5 customers, their 5 customers, I've given myself 5 times raise. Okay, on that weak leg. There's more questions, I think. Yeah, Lindsay McGuire, be consistent every day, the compound effect. That's a good point. I want to write this up here real quick. What does this look like if you're looking at a volume chart? If you're looking at this volume chart, heck, see this? If you're looking at this volume chart, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 10, 20, or 200, 300, it looks like this. Here's where all those 0, 0, 0, 20, it's barely going up. So if you're only here for 6 months, are you going to get others duplicating and seeing that effect of the residual of this compound growth that's happening? Are you going to get the effect of the second and third year when all of a sudden others start to join you? Now you're riding the team volume if you stay consistent. And then by the 5th year, you're accumulating thousands of coaches volume with you. This is, remember the dip? Doesn't it look like that? It's because people aren't consistent and don't stick with it. They don't give the volume the chance to catch up to your efforts. Your pay is all over here. You're getting paid 60 to 100 times more by sticking with it and being consistent, waiting for this volume to catch up, than doing it on your own or quitting within 5 months. So you're putting all this effort in, and it's taking hours and hours and hours in your first year, and you're like, oh shit, I'm not getting paid anything. It's because the payoff doesn't come until later. This is the compound effect. What does this also look like? If you looked at your retirement income, your 401k, they tell you to wait 25, 30 years. You can't keep pulling your money out. You're not going to get this compounding effect. This is exactly what it is. It's the compound effect of thousands and thousands of coaches. It's the effect of this right here. All these people now getting customers. You've got to wait for years for these coaches to be taught to catch up and get their 5 customers, right? But you got to be out there every day yourself, just being consistent. Just being consistent. But this is massive, gang. What I just taught you here is like you can make $1 million, $5 million, whatever you want, up to $15 million a year and more. There are people, I can tell you right now that I again, Beachbody financial disclaimer, but there are people making $10,000, $20,000, $40,000 a week because they learned this. They learned what I taught you, and they've done it consistently just by getting coaches. What do you think they spend their time? Coaches who get customers. Because that's what multiplies. That's what brings them their paycheck faster. And then when you have 100 coaches on your team, where can you spend your time? With your top performing coaches. You can't spend it with everybody. You only got so much time in the day. You got to run up. Does Bill Gates spend it with 1,000 direct reports? No. He has 5 direct reports. Every business has 5 direct reports. Oh, wait, what's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, look at that. So when we can't give the time, appropriate time to everybody or what they seem as the appropriate time, it's because we have 1,700 people. There's just no way we can do it. We still got to find other people. All right, that's almost an hour and a half. Lindsay, what else? How was it? What do you think?
I think that it was amazing. I am so grateful for you doing this. I took so many notes, like 4 pages. I'm just so excited to apply all of this stuff. So you guys don't even realize how blessed we are to have like a mathematical genius over here sharing all this stuff with us. But the key is now realizing what you have in the palm of your hand and taking action with it and running with this. I mean, we have an amazing opportunity here. And even Lindsay McGuire shared in the chat, consistency every day, doing your invites, your personal development. That's what's going to get you through any of the tough times. Making a decision to stick with this through the long run, because over time, you are going to compound an amazing amount of income if you choose to. So yeah. I appreciate you so very much, and I know everybody here does as well. Thank you, Joe, for taking the time to do this for us.
Teach people how to help others. That's why we're running the challenge group. That's why you're finding that through the challenge groups, your number one coaches or customers who want to become coaches and advocates who want to share it with others. That's what you're trying to find, right? Otherwise, you're building flat and you're only doing all the work yourself. That's another job. That's a job that pays $20,000 to $40,000 a year that the average person has. You have the chance to be extraordinary with the same efforts, the same time, if you understand this. This is not rocket science. Anybody can do this, and this is truly my passion, is to impart and empower people to change their life, spend more time with their family, pay off their debts, have things that they want, give to charities. Wouldn't it be great? You can stroke a $100,000 check to charity. Wouldn't it be awesome to stroke a $100,000 check to give your tithe $100,000 to your church? How great would that be? Dude, hospitals are built on money, right? We can help a lot of people. Everything. This is where the rubber meets the road. This is where the people who stick with it. This is where this is who gets in the wall. This is who gets to hear from Carl directly. This is who helps exponentially more people, is the people who build like this. Not everybody wants to do it, but if you want to do it, you can. You just have to, listen to this again, watch it, study it. There's plenty of other YouTube recordings from great coaches. I'm not the only one that understands this. Great coaches out there that can explain it better than me. So feel free, just dig in and get what you want out of this business. But whatever you do, help a lot of people. All right?
Love it. Thank you so much.
All right, everybody.
Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.